Hey everyone, and welcome back. In today's video, we're looking at the DJI RSC2 Pro Combo version. I'll talk about the unboxing experience, as well as my first impressions. Now, if you haven't already seen my video on why I've picked the Pro Combo version over the non-Pro Combo version, then you can check that out up here. Done? Yeah? Let's get to the unboxing. This box is slightly bigger than the non-Pro Combo version. You'd expect that because it's got a few more things in it. And I'd expect to know because I've had the pleasure of unboxing both of them. But let me get the differences out the way straight away. The Pro Combo has three things which make it worth the extra £180. First, obviously, is the Raven Eye. Second is the aluminium tripod that you get with the Pro Combo version. The non-Pro Combo version comes with a plastic tripod. I've held both of them. This one is heavier. The other one feels nice as well. It's not like it's unsturdy or, made out of cheap material. I think they've put some effort into that as well, but that is a difference. And the third one is the carrying case, which is really nice, actually. Sure, you get the focus pulling motor as well, but initially, at least for myself and most people, they'll probably just use the front dial for focusing and focus pulling. Everything comes nicely and neatly packed in the carrying case, which is nice. The first part of it is a soft enclosing, which contains a lot of the cables and the tripod, and then there's the hard enclosing, which contains the gimbal itself. There are also quite a few nooks and crannies, which you can just fill with all the cables and the extra materials that are in there, and you're likely not going to be using it. Did I say I like the case? It's a really nice touch. I think it could have been a little bit smaller in its footprint, but because they're using the same case for the RS2 as well as this RSC2, it probably makes sense that the size is what it is. That's all there is to the unboxing. Were you expecting more? Right, I've had a chance to play with this over the last 24 hours, and here's what I think about it initially. Setup is difficult at first, especially out in the real world, where we don't have a flat table lying there where you can just put the gimbal and balance it. But like most things, the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. Weight is another thing you'll have to get used to, especially if you use it regularly. You're likely to see some bicep tonings. Bicep tonings? Is that even a word? Biceps getting toned if you use it regularly. My setup is roughly 2.5 kilos. The mirrorless camera, a 24-70 on it, and the gimbal itself, right? So, and the Raven Eye, which is minor, but still about 2.5 kilos. Yours could be heavier or lighter, but it's another thing that you want to get used to, and you probably will over time. But once you look past those two things, it's pretty simple to use straight out of the box. As you can see, the footage looks good, I think, especially for me not caring about where I'm stepping, not doing the heel to toe movement that everyone tells you to do. I'm just going out there, it's my first run, and I'm pretty impressed with the footage so far. Raven Eye was a little bit more fiddly to set up, especially as I was using the Z6. It does what it says on the tin. It tracked me really well. I just wish that it had a few more additions on the phone itself so I could change my frames per second, right? I wanted to go from 24 to 120 frames per second. Then in this current moment in time, I have to go back to the camera, change it, and then do the film and the shot that I wanted of me running and doing a bleep test, right? So unfortunately, that's not possible right now, at least on the Nikon. I think it's possible on something else like the Sony or the Canons, but I hope they bring that out. It would help me not switch from a Nikon to something else. But that's the active tracking. Did I say I like the carrying case? Yeah, let me take that just a little bit back because that was initially. When I got it out the box, beautiful. It fits everything in. I can carry it with me. Great. But once you set up your camera and you balance it and you change the tilt and the balancing positions, you can't put it back the way they suggest you put it back. You have to play around with it like I have and just find a way to slot it in there. Sure, it's not how they've suggested you put it in, but I think it'll work for now. And to DJI, just use your product before you make it. I don't know. So yeah, that's a little gripe afterwards because, I've had a chance to use it. Just 24 hours, right? That's all I asked DJI. That's all for the initial impressions. The DJI RSC2 Pro Combo version is a solid B+ for me right now after 24 hours of usage. It's a good gimbal. Active tracking works as I expected it to, which is well. Sure, the carrying case is not what I thought it was initially, and the software issues, I hope that they're fixed over time. But most importantly, it's a gimbal and it does what a gimbal is supposed to do. That's all from me. If you've enjoyed this, then please subscribe. It helps. It really does. And I'll see you in the next one.